Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Max with BuzzTox here, and I'm here with Mike, and we're breaking down the Far From Home end credit scene where we see Talos as a Skrull, and he's taking Nick Fury's place, and then also we see Nick Fury taking a nice summer vacation, working on some unknown project that we are sure is going to have some implications on what is the next big threat in the next 1, 2 to 3 phases. So Mike, what do you think this is and how it's going to work into the future installments of the next phase?
So we see him get up, and we see that he says, everyone back to work. So I think that he's dealing with a threat of some kind that's going to happen to the MCU, to Earth. And so this could be several different things. It could be different kinds of Skrulls that are the threat. So you could have, we see good Skrulls on Earth. Talos, he's allied with Nick Fury. So, but it could also be, there's different factions of Skrulls in their empire. And we could be dealing with a Skrull threat. So you've got a fleet there. The Skrulls were on the run in the past in the Captain Marvel movies, but now they're back, and maybe they've created their own threat. So we could see the Skrulls show up as villains in many times over. In Captain Marvel, we saw a certain group of them, and they were viewed in a good light, but we could also see bad Skrulls. You could also have the Kree being the threat. They're the traditional enemies of the Skrulls. And we only dealt with the threat of Ronan in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but we really haven't had any conclusion as to what happened with Captain Marvel at the end of that movie, how the Kree have been dealt with, if they've really been dealt with at all. So that could also be the threat that we see to Earth.
So in terms of the Kree, it could be a big potential threat because not everything is as it seems. And it may be turning more into that because where it seems to be looking more into the multiverse, more into gods with the Eternals and with Doctor Strange, the multiverse madness. So up to this point, we've kind of seen a growth of Nick Fury. In Iron Man 1, he talked to, Tony Stark about being a part of the Avengers Initiative. And he's been successful in building Earth's mightiest heroes, and now he can kind of look forward off into the universe to try and protect Earth from more outside threats.
Exactly, and that's what he's doing there with the Skrulls, is he's created a defense mechanism for the Earth itself from the threats that exist on the Earth. But now he knows that with the Avengers created, with Edith now in control, with Spider-Man now controlling Edith, we've got a defense mechanism that can handle Earth-based threats. And he knows, because of the things that happened with Captain Marvel and subsequent things which we can assume have happened in the Marvel universe since then, that the real threats are beyond Earth. So we've got people like Ronan out there. We have Thanos out there that's now been dealt with, but there's many other threats that exist. You've got the Kree, you've got the Skrulls. If with the new Eternals movie, you've got the Celestials as a big threat. They come back to Earth again and again to judge us. And this could be the threat that we see them prepping for, could be the Celestials. We've got multiverse of madness happening in Doctor Strange. We have threats that exist on a dimensional level. And then with multiverse of madness, you could have something happen like the Annihilation War, in which Annihilus, who's a traditional villain from Marvel Comics, rips through our universe and spreads out his annihilation wave, kind of like a swarm of insects which just take over the universe and plow through all of the empires. That could be the next big threat that we're going to see in the MCU, and I'd love to see it because it's a great piece of writing, the Annihilation War, which happens. You could also have, everyone is waiting to see Galactus show up. This could be a prep for a Galactus invasion.
And Galactus was presented from the Fantastic Four.
He's traditionally in Fantastic Four, but he's also one of these universe threats that everyone has to prep for. He goes around and destroys and eats planet after planet in a never-ending cycle, and all of the empires in the universe can't do anything except for monitor him and stay out of his way and evacuate planets. But maybe Nick Fury in this is saying, no, we're not going to evacuate the Earth. We're going to stand here and we're going to fight him. It could be something like that, and the same idea as the Celestials. They're going to stand and fight. They're going to stand and fight Annihilus, the Skrulls, whoever's coming at them. There's definitely a threat here. They're definitely building something to stop that threat. It's just a matter of which one of these could it be, and that's the exciting part of what's going to happen in the MCU next.
Right. And we think just like how Thanos had multiple end credit scenes, this is probably the end of Phase 3 with Spider-Man Far From Home, and it's the introduction of the next threat that's going to be probably teased through ongoing phases to kind of come to a cumulative end if they follow that same formula. We know that Phase 4 is going to focus primarily on just origins and rebuilding the Avengers, and there's still a lot more stories to tell.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a conclusion to what's going on here until we get well into the end of Phase 5 for these universe-based threats. I think Phase 4 is going to be a lot of Earth-based threats, with the exception of the new Guardians movie and Thor, which will be more cosmic, and the Eternals, which are all going to be cosmic.
Yeah, and it seems like we're doubling down on, Thanos was a cosmic threat. They're probably going to dive more into that, but it seems like they're also looking more like philosophical, where it's not only just outside your current world, it's looking at other worlds, which could be a whole other aspect to the Marvel phases.
Exactly. We've got a multiverse to protect it.
So let us know who you think it's going to be in the comment section down below. Is it going to be the Kree, the Celestials,
the Skrulls, Galactus, Annihilus? Who's it going to be?
I don't know. Let us know in the comment section down below. Until next time. See you guys later.